What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another Tottenham update. And just as you thought Spurs were turning the corner, just as you thought things were looking up, well, think again, because the Spursiness has hit once again, as Spurs have been hit with a COVID outbreak at the football club. Let me just run through a couple of updates from Ali Gold, Dan Kilpatrick and Matt Law and Simon Stone. Ali Gold saying Antonio Conte's plans have been thrown into disarray by a number of players and coaching staff testing positive for COVID. As things stand, though, Tottenham Hotspur would be able to fulfill the Rennes fixture on Thursday night. Dan Kilpatrick saying half a dozen players, 2 members of staff, Antonio Conte's coaching staff, are thought to have returned positive tests this week, disrupting the build-up to Thursday night's Rennes clash. Depending on how the situation develops on Tuesday, Spurs may seek guidance from UEFA over Thursday night's game, but the match would only be in jeopardy from a coronavirus outbreak if they have less than 13 players available or no registered goalkeepers. Matt Law is saying that Tottenham could ask for their Premier League trip to Brighton to be postponed after suffering a coronavirus outbreak. And Simon Stone saying if Spurs have, I just said that, but he's saying that if Spurs have 13 players, including a goalkeeper, available from the A-list, they must fulfill the game on Thursday night. If they can't, they have to play it before the 31st of December.
Doesn't need a lot of time, does it?
Yeah, things are not looking great at the moment. We're unsure which of the players are, but I think that Emerson and Brian Hill were 2 of them that were missed out last week during illness.
Yeah, they're saying they're going to go through another round of testing this week, obviously because we had that scare, didn't we, a few weeks ago when, who was it, Hill and Son had that false positives. So they're going to obviously check if it's the same thing, but doesn't look like it, seeing as there's 6 of them. So it's a massive blow to how we're going. We're going in a good way at the moment. We're on a good run of form, 3 wins out of 3 in the Premier League, and I'm sure Conte's plans would have been thrown, like it's a massive hit to how his preparations are going into a big week for us with Rennes in the Conference League and Brighton on Sunday. I don't think either game's going to be postponed. I think we can get, because I think it was only 6 players. I don't think I can't see it being a possibility.
But it's possible that that more players test positive, though, if those 6 players are positive. And isn't it a risk, like, for these players to be in and around the 6 players that have tested positive? Isn't it a risk that that those players pass it on anyway? The players that that have been in contact with them.
I don't know what the rules are anymore. I think if they're all vaxxed, then no, I don't think it is a big risk.
Right.
So I think I don't know, but. I think if it's only 6 players, if we assume no more players are going to test positive, then I can't see either game being cancelled. So I think we're going to have to play both fixtures. And now what we were talking about before, whether what we prioritise, and now that's really becoming a serious question, because with 6 players out, we don't know who they are, but let's assume at least 2 or 3 of them are first-team players. Like, you've really got to... we really have to focus on where our priorities are, and whether we want to put all our eggs in the Rennes basket, because or do we want to, not all our eggs, but or do we want to focus on getting 3 points on Sunday, because our squad's mightily stretched now, if
it wasn't stretched before,
exactly,
like we were stretched before, and now it's just like,
now it's crazy,
bloody hell.
So I don't know.
It's worst timing as well. Literally the worst timing, going into the busy period now. And
what do you think he does?
So frustrating, man.
I guess
so
maybe with Brighton.
We don't know. I mean, we can't talk until we know which players it is. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I guess. True. We don't know who it is, so it's hard to say. But I just wonder what game he's going to prioritise. Is it going to be the game on Thursday or the game on Sunday? With depending on who's out, who has to isolate. But it's really
and these players are going to be out for 10 days. Who have we got in the space of the next 10 days? You know what I mean? I haven't even looked at the fixtures.
Rennes, Brighton, and whoever's after Brighton.
Do we not have 4 games, or is it just 2 games in the next 10 days?
3 games, I would say. From now, it's 3 games.
From now, next 10 days. What date are we today? So by the 17th, yeah, we got Rennes, Brighton, and Leicester.
No, we're back for Liverpool.
And then Liverpool is 2 days after that.
Yeah, so we're back for Liverpool.
But will they be like match fit for Liverpool after isolating for 10 days?
I don't know. Well,
Liverpool as well. Liverpool.
I don't. Well, because we have the Spurs Lodge, can they isolate at the training ground? I don't know. That was the quarantine thing. They could do that. I don't know. I really.
But will they be able to be let out in training and stuff? Will they have to have individual pitches? Like, how does it all work? Like, who knows?
I don't have the answers to that. It's a really difficult situation, and Conte must be furious, or just really worried about how this all affects everything going forward. And it's like every time things are going well, things just hit us, isn't it? You know, we've got 3 wins at the start of the season, we've got all that quarantine nonsense thrown at us, and then the next international break got like a host of injuries, and now you know, all of a sudden things are going well again, and now this happens.
I know. I mean? Just as you think we were about to turn a corner, something unfathomable happens, and it's just so frustrating. It's
unless we know who it is, it's hard to know what to think of it right now. But it's clearly a very difficult situation for the club to deal with. And apparently, who said it? Someone said this has thrown the club from top to bottom into disarray.
Yeah. So frustrating. But anyway, let's move on, as the FA Cup draw happened last night and Spurs drew Morecambe at home. So a nice League One side, League One, I think they are, League One side for us to face in the 3rd round at home in the FA Cup. Some other notable draws. Boreham Wood, by the way, going through last night. They faced AFC Wimbledon. Chelsea faced Chesterfield. Liverpool faced Shrewsbury, both at home. Leicester Watford, a big tie in the FA Cup. Who else have we got? Manchester United at home to Villa, which is going to be a big one. And West Ham at home to Leeds, which is a big one. Arsenal get Nottingham Forest away. So some big ties in the 3rd round in the FA Cup, but I'm happy with that Spurs at home to Morecambe, that's for sure.
Yeah, and actually, if you look at Conte's record in the FA Cup, he was here for 2 years, and he got to the final in his first year, and then he won it the second year. So he has a very good record in the FA Cup, Antonio Conte. So maybe could be on for a cup run. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Indy Cup for Tottenham.
Well, he's still in the League Cup as well. Obviously, got West Ham to come up. So... Yeah. Still in both domestic competitions, maybe Conte could do something in one.
Let's hope so. But let's move on, as the Times have been reporting a couple of reports today. Gary Jacob is saying that Steven Bergwijn, Dele Alli, Tanguy Ndombele and Joe Rodon are amongst the list of players who could leave Tottenham in January. Do you have any problems when any of those players leaving?
I mean... No, if they're not on Conte's plans, they're not on Conte's plans. What can we do? I don't have a problem with it. We just need to make sure that we have replacements to come in, because we can't let these players go and then leave our squad short. So. No, I don't have a problem with any of them leaving, to be honest. I think Ndombele's had enough chances now. This is now 2.5 years, and he's yet to really convince anyone that he's the real deal. As much as I believe in his quality, and I believe he has unreal ability on the ball, there's a reason why he continues not to be picked. So you have to just trust the opinion of the managers. Bergwijn, another player, I like him, but if there's a chance to bring in a different kind of attacker who fits Conte better, 100% I'll bring him in. Not Ousmane Dembele, but whatever, anyone, someone who Conte really wants, for sure, who's a better fit. Let's go in that direction. When it comes to Dele Alli, definitely, I'm happy for him to leave at this point more than anyone. And Joe Rodon, I think, probably needs a loan move to get some game time.
Yeah. All right. Next one is also about Steven Bergwijn. One that's been rehashed, and he says Ajax are interested in signing Steven Bergwijn on loan from Tottenham next month if he's not a part of Antonio Conte's plan at the North London club. I mean, we're seeing conflicting reports over the last couple of weeks with Bergwijn. Some saying he's not in Antonio Conte's plan. Some saying he wants Bergwijn to play second fiddle to Kane up front.
I don't think that's conflicting.
That's not conflicting?
No, I don't think that's conflicting, because we have 8 games this month. So he could easily play back up to Kane this month and then be gone in January.
Yeah, that means we'd have to sign a backup striker, though, in January, though.
It's
only assuming that.
But he never said he wants Bergwijn to play long-term back up to Kane. He just said that's where he sees him at the moment. So
yeah, that's true.
I don't think it's necessarily conflicting per se, but I think... He definitely doesn't want to use Bergwijn. Well, he has used him fairly sparingly so far, hasn't he? Mm-hmm. He obviously came on late in the game against Norwich showed a few flicks, but might have picked up a knock as well. Hopefully he's not too bad, because we're going to need him on Thursday probably. But again, Bergwijn's a player with a lot of potential, but hasn't lived up to it so far.
Yeah. And the last one from the Times saying Brighton are interested in signing Tottenham defender Joe Rodon. And there was a funny thing on Twitter yesterday. I think it was the Footy Insider or some terrible source like that the Spurs web put out. And they were saying like Joe Rodon 100% wants a loan move this January. And then Joe Rodon's brother tweeted under it saying, "Oh, know him, don't you? Do you? You know him, do you?" And I thought that was just really funny.
That's quite funny because Rodon's brother's very vocal on Twitter, isn't he? He's not shy about anything.
Yeah, no, he's not.
But yeah, that is quite funny. So maybe he didn't want more interest in breaking to the team. I don't know. I think you could do with a loan move personally, and I do think we definitely need to sign at least one centre back in January for me.
Would you be interested in selling him this January if a good offer comes in from Brighton?
We signed him for 12 million. So I mean, or 15 million. If I think I would probably. I think I would be interested in selling him.
Seeing if he's not in the manager's plans, and what's the point of keeping them around?
Definitely, you know what I mean? If he doesn't think he's good enough to fight for a first team spot, then then you might as well try and bring someone else in.
And I think Brighton would be a good move for him.
I think a loan move to Brighton would be perfect because he'll learn how to be more comfortable in possession. He'd get a lot more game time probably, and I think Graham Potter's a good manager to learn under, especially in that system. So definitely, I think a loan move to Brighton we should consider that.
All right, well, that is your Tottenham update for today. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any thoughts regarding any of the news stories broken today. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.